Weird.
Oh, thank God.
There. Okay.
Okay. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Bestie Book Reviews Book Club. I'm here with my bestie, Mandy.
And I'm here with my bestie, Jessica.
So, book club.
We are at book club. Yes. So our book was Stolen by J.M. Johnson. And so we're going to just dive right in.
Mm-hmm.
I have really nice weather where I'm at. And so I'm curious if we only have a couple people on. So I'm curious if other people are like enjoying the weather or if it was the book. So we'll just dive right in. Oh, wait, hold on. We're getting some highs. So let me go back. Hi, Megan. Ooh, Irene loves your hair, Jessica.
Oh, thank you.
And oh, we have another Jessica who says hi, y'all.
Hi, Jessica.
And then Irene says hi, Mandy. Or hey, Mandy. Hello. And then we have Anne Marie.
Hi.
Okay, so we've got some people joining us. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. Okay. Oh, gorgeous.
Thanks.
I think she was talking about my gray hairs growing out.
Oh, they'll be covered up in a few days. It's all good.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's driving me nuts.
Yeah.
Anyways, no, I already complimented you on your hair when we got on.
Mm-hmm.
And you said that once again, you do not like your haircut.
I know, like the haircut, it looks good now that I have it curly, but when I blow it dry straight, she cut a lot of layers into it for this purpose. And I almost felt like it feels like a helmet. I don't know. I have to get used to it.
Okay. Irene says it was definitely. Okay. So let's just dive right in.
Okay.
And if you're new to book club, Jessica and we kind of already know how each other feels on this one, but we try not to tell each other too much. So we're going to hold up our Post-it or whatever we wrote with our rating. And we'd love for you guys to also put your rating in. So go ahead and everybody put your rating in if you read it. If you didn't read it, that's totally fine. You don't, or if you don't want to say, that's also fine. Like there's no pressure at book club. Mm-hmm. So go ahead and everybody put your rating in. And Jessica and I will hold up our Post-it in like 5 seconds.
Okay.
I'm kind of looking at the chat and nobody's putting a rating in.
Okay, well.
Okay, ready, set, right.
This book was horrible.
Okay.
Horrible. So we wouldn't normally DNF a book club book, but this one was beyond horrible.
Yeah. And I think we also felt a little bit more okay about DNFing it because this was actually one of your recommendations, Jessica.
Yeah.
And so that might have made it feel a little bit okay.
What?
So I'm going to go back and look.
It sounded good. It just wasn't.
Okay, I already got that one. This did not feel like I'm assuming Megan meant MC, that it didn't feel like an MC.
I don't know. And I would like to know too, while you guys are telling us this, who physically read it and who listened to the audio.
And if you DNF'd, how far did you get?
Yeah.
Oh, Irene is disappointed you didn't dress up and do your hair just for us.
Actually, I did, because when I got ready this morning, I was like, we have a live show tonight. I have to look good. So yeah, I did.
Okay, Jessica, did you read the whole thing to get to the 3?
And was it audio or did you physically read it?
And maybe we could have gotten to the 3 instead of the DNF if we wouldn't have continued on. Okay, it did not feel like an MC romance. I was not a fan of it. It was a bit of a struggle to get through. 2.5 stars. Hello, welcome.
Bye.
Okay, Irene's got it as a DNF.
Yep.
DNF, yeah. I wanted to DNF and I made myself finish it. It took me days.
Thanks for taking one for the team, because this was horrible. Yeah.
I started it, but DNF'd as well.
Yeah.
Megan physically read it.
Okay, maybe that's why. I don't know, the audio
Jessica, who gave it a 3, listened.
Okay. Yep.
So she did audio. It sounded good, but hey, it happens. I tried the audiobook and it was awful. I got to chapter 3.
That's what I did. I got to chapter 2.5, and I was like, this is horrible. And Blue Nose normally has amazing audio, which is why I thought this would be a good book.
I also grabbed the audio for it and was listening. I don't know how far I actually made it. I'm gonna see if I can find it in here and see where I'd left off.
You made it a little bit further than I did, because you were telling me about things that were happening, and I was like, I didn't even care at that point.
Oh, okay. Where is it?
The heroine for me was obnoxious.
Oh, is it gonna start over? Okay. I don't know. I'm gonna turn it down because I don't want it to play on here. Where was I? Okay.
I should show you what chapter you're in Audible.
Well, I made it a lot farther than everybody else. I hung until chapter 26.
Ew, why would you do that to yourself?
Okay, I gotta put my actual book back so I don't like stress myself out when I'm like, why am I listening to this again?
Yeah. Nope. No, it was horrible.
Yeah, okay, we got some more comments going. The girl was terrible and she never got any better.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not an audio reader normally, so I tried to physically read it.
Okay.
Same, she was awful to listen to, but I powered through. I do agree with you though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I made it to chapter 26. I didn't really ever feel the MC vibes at all in it, and I thought I think that's why I made it all the way to chapter 26, because I kept hoping it would get better, and then I'm like, why am I doing this to myself? Jessica recommended it, so it's not like I didn't want, like, if one of our, viewers or subscribers or what, one of our people that come to book club had recommended it and then I DNF'd it, I would probably have felt bad. So I think I would have powered through, but I'm like, Jessica recommended it, so I'm not going to hurt anybody's feelings if I DNF. And that was something we talked about trying to do this year, is like, it's okay to DNF. There's so many good books out there. Why force it? But yeah, I never really got the MC vibes from it. I mean, yes, they were on motorcycles when they kidnapped her, but even that was like lackluster.
So this is my little weird hot take. He had a British accent, right? And I think for me, I think prim proper, like I don't think MC with a British accent. And maybe I'm sure there are, but it's just, I think like polished and refined, or that threw me at first too. And that's just me, but it threw me.
Irene says thanks to those going for the book club.
Yep.
Yeah, it was more like a gang, not an MC, and the accents were awful. Yeah, yes. It didn't really feel MC at all. And not even like, I don't even know if it felt gang-like. It was just weird. And then she like willingly went with him.
That's what you're saying.
I was like, okay, is she willingly going with him? But then she's like complaining, but then she's like, this is better than the alternative. And like, I don't know if they were trying to make her out to be a victim when like the wife was like, go ahead and take her. Like they were trying to make it seem like it was a really bad situation she was in when she gets taken by the MC. But everything just felt really weird. And I just kept waiting for like things to get better and it to click. And that just never happened for me. Let's have a contest to pick one of your followers to pick the next book. I guarantee the book I recommend for book club will be a 5-star read. That could be a fun way to do this one of these times.
Yeah.
If he had a good British accent, like say Jason Clarke could have done it. Yeah.
Yeah. This one just felt weird.
I think that you can have a British accent.
I mean, I've read some with accent.
Dangerous and
but this one just wasn't great.
No,
it wasn't a great accent.
Nothing was matching like what the characters were supposed to be versus their actions versus like in the audio. Like, but even I think if you took the audio out, the characters that we were supposed to be reading about didn't match any of their actions at all. Like it just didn't fit.
Nope.
But there's a lot of people who gave this 4 and 5 stars. I'm not sure what they got out of it that I didn't, but the entire reason for taking her was for her to be a mother-like figure for his daughter, and the daughter was hardly in it. Yeah, that was the other thing is he like brings her back and somebody like comments about it. Sorry, my goats are outside. I was just looking at them. And somebody makes a comment about it. And he's like, well, what? Everybody said she needs a mom. And I was like, this is like the execution just was not working at all for me.
Mm-mm. But you know what? We tried a new author. Kudos to
We
us.
did. We did.
They just didn't work out for us.
Yes.
Bummer deal. No.
Did you get? No, Jessica did not.
I don't think, well, you know, I could have. I just hated it so much that I don't even remember what happened. I remember being annoyed the minute I started it and being glad when I turned it off. And that's all I remember.
Irene, yes. I listened to the Brit and the British accent, and that guy is like a dangerous, you know, like I think that's more mafia-ish.
Yeah.
But he felt dangerous and
Well,
like alpha.
Jessica Ames has an MC, and I've read a couple of the books in that MC, and they're British. It works.
No, Jessica didn't read far enough.
No.
We should force her. That's what we should do for the rest of book club is we'll all stare at Jessica while she's forced to read the book.
I'll be reading a different book, but okay.
Pretending.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, I'll be reading, just not that book.
No, I meant pretending that you're reading it. Be like,
yeah, pretend that I'm reading it. Yep. Oh yeah, I'll open it. Yeah, no.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Fun times.
Yes.
Okay. Now what?
Okay. Does anybody else want to have like maybe there's somebody who really enjoyed it who hasn't spoken up yet, or if there's anybody like we decided that we thought this would be over rather quickly because the book wasn't great. And it's just there's not even like certain things that we can even pick apart. Like, I mean, we've already done that basically, like why we didn't like it, that like there's not a lot to continue for a conversation. So we decided Jessica came up with this idea of doing bookish hot takes. So I was like, ooh, why don't we throw that into book club? Give us something to do, make it a little more fun. Yeah. If people decided not to read the book or did, and we just don't have anything else to say. Oh, Jessica's on your side. No, that would be terrible.
Thank you.
So if there's anything else anybody else wants to talk about with the book, let's do that. Otherwise, we will move on to the bookish hot takes. But at any time, if you're like, oh, wait, let's talk about this part of the book, like feel free to throw that in. Okay. Yes, if someone liked it, that's okay too. I know people liked it because it has good ratings on Goodreads.
Which, again, is why I picked it. I went and looked when I saw it was coming out on audio, and I was like, oh gosh, Blue Nose does the audio. This description sounds great. The tropes sound great. Yeah. It's got high ratings. This is going to be great. And then no. So, yeah.
It is perplexing.
A little bit.
Oh, yeah. But definitely. I would hope that everyone would feel comfortable sharing that they really loved a book. Yeah. Jessica and I give each other a bad time about stuff, but we would never give like you guys a bad time. I don't think like in a negative, like we give each other a bad way and a bad time about stuff, but it's never in a negative way. But we would like really, I feel like rein it in for you guys, like be like, oh, you know.
And just because like, we love a book doesn't
like,
mean
I loved it.
Yeah.
Like, huh, Megan and I are usually like really in sync. What went wrong for me? You know?
Yeah.
Like, so
there's books that I love that not everybody else loves. You don't love. Sometimes I see Megan's rating and she doesn't love them either. And that's okay. That's okay.
What book do I not love that you love?
How about Row?
Oh yeah.
By Dylan Page.
There's not a ton that I absolutely love that you don't like. You might not love them like I do.
Love them, but I like them.
Yeah.
I'm not mad that I read them. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But
I
when we
wonder if I
love a
would
book,
actually read Roe now if I would like it because my tastes have evolved. Jessica's ruined me. I like was reading Brother's Best Friend the other day, and I'm like,
yeah,
I don't like this. What's happened?
you don't need to read Roe for another year.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yes, don't feel guilty for not reading the book. Nope.
No,
Oh, wait, hold on. I got out of order. This is a safe space for books. We don't judge.
it's true.
Well, we might judge the books,
What that we do.
but we won't
Uh-huh.
judge you
Yes,
too
exactly.
much. No, I'm kidding.
Not too much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Baby boom.
Hey, did you see the reel I sent you?
Was I supposed to know who the hell those people were?
You didn't recognize her? Oh, okay. So
Okay,
that
okay,
was
but let's before we even start, if she's a celebrity, I pay absolutely no attention to any celebrities ever. I don't
okay.
care.
Yeah, I should have known.
Yeah.
She was in the Summer Olympics. It's Alana Mar or something. I'm probably saying her name wrong, but she
Where?
is a rugby player, a women's rugby player, and she's extremely fit. Like, what was I gonna say? I almost sounded like I was saying the F word, and I was not trying to say that. She's extremely fit, but she's built like kind of like a rugby player, but
She's a big girl.
she tries to bring awareness to like body positivity. Like, she is a bigger woman, but she's fit, like she's healthy, and she likes to dress up, but she also likes to play rugby. And she was on this podcast with these other women and they were talking about something, and she's like, I have a book rec for you guys.
That's
And
awesome.
she like describes Ice Planet Barbarians. It was so great. I loved it.
I think now that you love Ice Planet Barbarians, I really wish you would go and read the Dragon ones.
That is on my list to read.
Okay.
I'm going to.
Because we talked with Ruby about her being in the box. And obviously Ice Planet Barbarians is too hard for us to get into the box because they're owned by Penguin now. Random House. But maybe we'll do the Dragons. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, also, I have chickens still in here. This is
I
a
can
new
hear
set
them.
of chickens, so my apologies. Jessica Jr. and the rest of that gang have gone outside because they were driving me insane. But
Mhm.
the two Silkies stayed in because they were so little, and now we have the incubated chickens in here.
Cool.
So in a couple of weeks, I should be able to reclaim my space. Okay, so you might hear peeping. They're like doing a lot of scratching and pecking in their
I just
container.
hear a pee-pee every once in a while.
Okay.
Peeping.
Anne Marie says she's read a string of books, just okay books lately. Yeah, that's the worst.
Yeah.
Irene loved Roe. Well,
Yeah.
Irene, get excited in a year.
A year.
Okay, I think that
We're waiting for her to finish the third book.
excited for maybe the winking, maybe not.
Maybe.
Don't know. Yes, we judge the books, not the people. Angie's Gladiator.
Oh,
Is that a Ruby Dixon?
Yeah, it's the
Okay.
Ice Home series. It's a spinoff. It's the one where she's pregnant when she wakes up
Oh, okay.
on the ice planet, doesn't know how she got pregnant.
I went in Goodreads today to marks that I had read something, and in my feed, I have my feed like really locked down because I don't like to see other people's ratings. So like you, Amber, and Jen are really the only ones I see because we do our buddy read and stuff together. And there was this book cover, and it was like the sea of something. And I saw it and I thought it reminded me of Stacy's book covers. And I was
Sea of Song of Sirens.
Jessica's reading fantasy? And
Well, I mean, technically.
went and looked at it. Yeah, but you're not reading like fantasy. And it was a Ruby Dixon. I'm like, okay, that makes
But it
way more
is a part of Ruby Dixon's aspect in Anchor series. And so it is fantasy. It is fantasy. It's just not high fantasy. So it was the Sea Ogre's Eager Bride.
That's what it was, yes.
Yeah. You got me that for Christmas, I think.
Oh, you really liked Gravity by Sarah Kate, and we all didn't. Oh, is that the one?
Mm-hmm.
Is that part of the Wild Boys duet?
I don't remember. I just remember reading it. I don't know if it was for a book club or if it was for buddy reading.
Is it the one where it's the dad and the brother?
Don't
No.
remember.
Am I confused?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Sorry.
Are we ready to move on? I haven't
I
really seen
am.
much more about the book, so are we ready to go into bookish hot takes?
No. Sure. I am. If everybody else is.
I actually went and looked up the characters' names because I couldn't remember them, and then I didn't even need to refer to them. You were correct.
Told you.
Jesse.
Yeah, I didn't care. Nobody's gonna care. We just didn't care.
The poet Empress Weavenshaw and Crown of War and Shadows. They were all excellent. Ooh, awesome.
Those
Okay.
must be fantasy, romantasy. Let's
Just
do it.
Do it.
You can see that one. Okay.
Ooh. Irene wants to know, what is book hot takes? So
Okay.
why don't you tell us for people who aren't sure?
So for those who don't know, I will make a statement about books or reading or the genre, and then we can discuss whether we agree or disagree with it. But these are typically hot takes. These are things that are they're just opinions that are kind of out there, and it doesn't mean that I agree with them, but we'll discuss what we'll
And
discuss.
it could be maybe a little controversial.
Yeah, a
but
little bit sometimes.
Hopefully all in good fun and not like drama based.
Yeah,
not
I tried not to get too snarky with them.
Yeah, like you're not going to bash some authors, are you?
I say nothing about Colleen Hoover. Okay. Wanted to, but I didn't. So, are we ready for the first bookish hot take?
Yes.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay. Not every good book needs a HEA, an HEA.
Thank you for calling it a HEA.
I thought you'd like that.
Yes, there are chickens.
There are chickens. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Irene knows what we're
doing.
So
do we agree or disagree, and why or why not? What do you think, Mandy?
Well, I know how you feel.
I don't mind if they're non-conventional HEAs. But I do want them together and happy in the end, even if that's like they're dead and happy in heaven. I don't care. But I need to know that they're happy and together in the end in some way, shape, or form.
I can read a book without an HEA.
Okay, but a romance.
I've read some romances that don't have HEAs.
But do you like that?
I really do. One of my really like recent, I think it was this year I read it, and I'm pretty sure I bought it. I don't know what I did with it. It's on my shelf somewhere. Yeah. Hello, Stranger. Loved it. Sobbed hysterically. Well,
yeah, if it doesn't have an HEA, that would make me cry too.
I love to cry sometimes, though. I love a book that can really make me feel. So I'm okay with it not having an HEA. That being said, if it started happening like all the time and it was always like a Russian roulette thing, you know, like if it's going to be or not, then I might be done with that. Okay. Yeah. We got some opinions. No, I can't do it. I need an HEA.
I need an HEA. Mm-hmm.
The norm. Yep. I need an HEA.
Yep.
Ooh, no, I need an HEA. I had a hard time with Pen Pal.
See, which Pen Pal worked for me. I was okay with Pen Pal, but I wouldn't want that every day because they were still together in the end.
No spoilers, but I loved Pen Pal because it was different.
Yeah.
I just finished Dirty Hit by Heather Ashley, 5 stars, obsessive hockey player.
I liked that one. Yep. I like Heather Ashley.
I haven't read that yet. Jessica, write that down.
Okay, got it.
Oh, Megan's got her own hot take.
Okay, you read it. I want to put my glasses on.
I'm going to come back to your hot take because I want to do that, but I think we have a few more HEAs and then we'll come back to yours.
Yeah.
It would be a really good book for me to accept a non-traditional ending without HEA.
Like it would have to be a really, really good book for her to accept it. Yeah.
For romance, I need an HEA. Other genres, I don't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I read like that.
Club, yes, Dad and Son. Okay, that I do remember that book, and I should have liked it, and I remember not liking it. Sharing gets to me sometimes.
We read The Wives, by Tamara Fisher, and that wasn't a romance.
I
or
guess.
was it Taryn there's but and that wasn't a romance. I knew going into that was a thriller because I read it was a recommendation or convincing my bestie and you did
Mhm.
thrillers, and that one I wasn't anticipating an HEA, so I was fine with whatever happened. I knew that it wasn't a romance, and so it worked. That was okay. But when it's a romance, I expect an HEA.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I can go without an HEA if you know what to expect.
Okay.
Oh my god, must have an HEA. It's okay to make me cry, but I read for the HEA.
Yeah.
We like to
Life,
call it HEA.
yeah, it's a HEA. Life is sad enough. Give me a happy ending in my book.
Yeah, that's why I can't do it all the time. But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I got all the comments done, so we'll go to Megan's hot take. So Megan's hot take is, I am so tired of authors using their platform to spew political views. I follow them to hear about books, not their personal beliefs outside of the book world. Unfollow account.
Amen,
Ooh.
sister. I agree. 100%. I do not follow you for your political views. I follow you for your books that you write. I don't care what your political views are. It has nothing to do with your books that I'm writing. I get that books are political. Like, there's things in there and their views are going to be in the books, and that's fine. But I got my why can't we leave politics out of these things? So I agree with Megan. Your turn.
My turn.
Yeah.
I would agree too. I like the book world. Like, I stay off of threads. Occasionally I have gone over there and it is so incredibly toxic. It's just calling people out for random things, and it's very heavily political. And if people like didn't like this post and liked another post, then like, oh, they must be a horrible person, and it's like, oh my gosh. And
Mhm.
I don't know. I feel like the world is messed up enough that,
Yeah.
and there's places to consume that information, and it is important to have conversations and all of that. I don't want to take away from that, but I feel like the book community I want to actively participate in is the one that's all focused on like including everyone, having wonderful books to
Mhm.
talk about, and leaving all of that side at the door. And it
Yeah.
wasn't that many years ago that like you could have lots of conversations with people politically and it wasn't so like this. And now I feel like it's almost scary sometimes to say like how you're feeling because people, it's so extreme. So I feel like
Yeah.
I like our bookish community because we just like talk about books and how much we
Yeah.
love them. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And it really hurts when an author says, if you did this or didn't do this, don't read my books, or that you're welcome here, you're not welcome here. That's hurtful, no matter which side you're like. It doesn't matter what side you're on. Why are we excluding people? Like, what does it matter to you? I bought your book. I enjoy your book. I promote your book. What does it matter to you what my views are politically?
Well, and are you
About
really
your
going
book.
to convince somebody that you're right, your thoughts process is the best way if you're just
Right.
telling them
Why can't we
to,
just
like,
have a conversation? Jeez
not
Louise.
read your books if you don't agree? Like, what?
Yeah.
But
Whatever.
we had a couple more people say, and I'm not sure which one it was that popped up. I like
Yeah.
HEA. I agree. HEA is
Mm-hmm.
important to me. Yes, leave politics out and just write a good book for me to read. Listen.
Yep.
Yep, agree. No political views. That's why I'm not following a particular author in her Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's lots out there.
Yes, I read as an escape. I want to
Yeah.
stay in my happy place.
Mm-hmm.
Agree. I liked Pen Pal.
I liked it.
I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
I cried, but I
Yeah.
loved it.
Uh-huh. It was a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Do
Ready
you
for the
want
next
to
one?
do another bookish hot take? If anybody else has one they want to throw up, we can do that as well.
Yeah, I've got a bunch. Yep. Okay. Ready?
I'm ready.
Book Talk hype has trust issues. Meaning you can't really trust the Book Talk. The books that are hyped up on Book Talk, 9 times out of 10, are not worth the hype.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that I probably agree with that hot take based largely on the fact that I do a booktube channel with this woman who often will show up with her book recs and say, I saw this on
Oh
one of
my
my
God.
reader groups And it's been all over Book Talk, and oh my gosh,
They're horrible. And I think, yeah, no, I can't. I've learned not to trust it. There's a few authors that I will follow on there because they're authors that I know and I trust, and sure. But 9 times out of 10, when you're hyping up a book on Book Talk, and if it gets overly popular, I don't want to read it either.
And this will never be Jessica and I. But there are a lot of book talkers, which I did not realize this, but I fell down a rabbit hole and found this out. That a lot of the book talkers, the book talk people who have like a large following, actually have authors that pay them to promote their books. Sometimes they're promoting books and they haven't even read them. And yeah, they get paid, and I was floored to find out that happens. So Jessica and I do not get paid.
We do not get paid, okay? No.
I mean, we do sign up for ARCs and ALCs, so we get like
bonus
books and audiobooks for free to do reviews. I have chosen to, I don't think I DNF'd, but I didn't. There's been a few times where I've not liked them and I've let the place know. So I do a review on here and I don't do it on Amazon and all that stuff because of that. But we don't ever get money from authors.
Even the little bit we make off of YouTube is not. It's tiny, but authors are not paying us to do it.
No. I did get a character arc. If everybody didn't see my history, I watched that back. I mispronounced words in that, and I actually got goosebumps. Like that was pure emotion from me. I was so excited that Corinne had thought of me to send that to me because she had done a contest, and our Instagram does not do very well at all. Like I feel like we do decent on BookTube. We're not like the most popular people, but like our stuff gets views and stuff. But on Instagram, that's not our platform.
Nope.
And so I was like, I'm going to do this because it's fun, but I know that I'm not going to win anything. And she still sent me something. And like, I was, oh my gosh.
But that's because we have relationships with authors. We have made it a point.
And we've known Corinne, we've known her for several years. When we see her, she recognizes us, she knows us. And so we have that relationship. And I sent her like a blubbering thank you as well for it. And she sent me this sweet message back thanking me for being such a positive light in the book community. And I was like,
oh, I love that.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm going to print that off and frame it. So there's like occasionally like a little tiny perk that we might get, something like that. But I also
we are promoting them
and promote them anyway. But we don't actually get money. But that's what Book Talk, a lot of Book Talk apparently has turned into with some of those bigger accounts. And it's very catty from what I understand as well. So I could see where you're probably not going to be able to trust that as much.
I haven't been on TikTok in like 2 months.
I know. I went to post some stuff and like we had a bunch of like there's like messages on stuff that was posted a really long time ago and I felt bad.
Oh, I haven't been on there, and I now have a PA to do my stuff for Coveted, so I'm not doing it.
Oh, so when I interact on Coveted, it's not really you?
Sometimes it might be, but again, I haven't been on it. It has been recent. It's been either Stephanie or Heather because we both have PAs. Stacey and I both have PAs now.
Wow, it must be nice to be so fancy.
Overworked. That's what we are. We had to bring somebody in because
I want a PA.
I need like 4 and a maid and a chef. Huh?
I sometimes feel like I'm your PA.
You are my
Thursday.
PA. I was still at work and I was like, shit. Because I was still at work at 8:00 last night. So, oops.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go back on there and start trolling when they're like talking about Jess. I'm going to be like, who's Jess?
I mean, if it says that I posted it, like if I use my personal account, then sure. But
no, I'm just going to troll the whole thing.
Good. Troll.
Be like, that's not what Jessica said. And then I'm going to spill the beans on everything and they're not going to know what to do.
Yeah.
And then I'll probably be wrong because I'll have
Yep.
gotten confused.
Yep.
Okay, the other aspect to this hot take is when the author is too blatantly obvious about doing stuff for money. I mean, we all know and we support, but I don't want to always hear about it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't trust the hype. I need to not trust the hype. I just bought Yesteryear because of all the rave reviews and it was not good. Oh yeah, I just scroll through most of those. I agree too. Ugh, that's icky. I'm assuming that's probably about the book talk people getting money. And that's not to say that's everyone,
No,
but
but some of the really
you
big
can
ones.
go down a rabbit hole and find I was like, wow, I had no idea.
Yeah.
There should be full disclosure when influencers rave about a book.
I agree.
Yes. I always try to say that I have the ALC or the ARC for something, but I also try really hard because I have in the past got myself into a pickle where I was like, oh, how about like, and I started signing up for all these ARCs and ALCs and it was way too much. So I'm like, I'm going to really try and be mindful of like getting ones that I know that I want to read. So I'm not overwhelming myself. So I kind of have certain authors.
I don't have time to do, I mean, it used to be where I could sign up. I don't have time to do that anymore. So I have to do it with specific authors and that's it.
Hi, Mrs. Burns. She's late to the live, but it looks like most people DNF this book pick like I did. You guys are so honest about your recommendations, which I appreciate so much. Yes, I think most of us did there. I think the highest rating we saw was a 3-star, but the majority, I think, were DNF.
Yep, exactly.
And Irene complimented the people who actually finished the book for taking one for the team for book club. If they're getting paid.
Yeah, I think they need to say this is a paid promotion. Yep.
Being paid is fine as long as there's disclosure.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't read all the books that are hyped. Yes, I love that you both are so authentic and honest about your reviews and recommendations. We try. I feel guilty. Jessica does not, but
I do not. Not at all.
There's a few, like, I love Birthday Girl. You liked Birthday Girl because you told me to read it. And that's probably a book that is very hyped.
Yeah.
But I feel like it deserves it.
I also feel like it's a gateway drug. I feel like that's something that people read when they're really just getting started in their reading romance journey. It's one of the first ones, that and Credence and a few of the other ones. And so then as people get like develop their taste, it could change.
There are a few books because I didn't really care for Credence, and then I was kind of like on the fence about it, but the more I think about it, the more I think I would really like it. And I love my special edition that I got of it. Yeah. And so there's a few books like that where I'm like, I wonder if I read that now, if I would feel like different.
I don't know, because you don't like the sharing.
I don't like sharing, but I also wonder, like, if I reread Birthday Girl, will it hold up? And I don't want to reread it because I love it.
I've never reread it.
Yeah.
It's one that just sits there and looks pretty. Nope. Yeah. Okay. Ready for the next one?
Yes.
Okay. Dark romance is judged way more harshly than other genres.
That's your bookish hot take? Is this one you agree with? I already know the answer to this, but
I think romance in general, but dark romance for sure. Yep.
Yes, there is definitely a stigma with romance in general.
Yep.
I think when you tell people, oh, I read romance, it's different than if you're like, oh, I read like mysteries and thrillers or women, even if you said I read women's fiction.
Yep.
But yes, I think dark romance is judged more harshly, but the people who read it, I think, are less of the attention seekers that you see on threads and like trying to get people banned and all of that stuff.
Yeah. I think
so I guess what I'm saying, it's judged more harshly by the outside.
It's the outside
who read it aren't the harsh judges.
No, it's the outside.
It's the outside judge it.
But I also think it's easier for people to pick apart a dark romance and be like, oh my gosh, there was non-con and then he did this and then he did that, when they would read that in something like those tropes sprinkled in other books, just not all in one giant book, and not have a problem with it. So I do think that it gets a bad rap.
Yeah, I think this is referring back to like books that are really hyped. The Lord series is hyped quite a lot, and you don't.
It is now, yeah.
I would agree with that. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm on book. I think I need to read book 4. I think is where I'm at.
I think you're 3 or 4. Yeah, because you finished the first. Did you do Tyler's book or Tyson?
I think I have book 3 on my shelf, and I need to read it.
I don't think you haven't read it, because Tyson's my favorite out of the first 3. Yeah, but I read those like as they were coming out, before they were hyped. Before, I mean, they're hyped now as they come out big time. But I read the first one before it was like before it hit its thing. Not that that matters, but there wasn't a ton of hype around it, and I knew it was good at that point. But yeah, they just yeah.
Okay, Megan
those are
agrees.
also the scary ones too, because when they get to be hyped like that, like Tilly Cole, it's easier for people's eyes to fall on them, and it's easy for them to attack an author for something they did in that book too.
So Megan agrees. Jessica agrees. Anne Marie agrees about dark romance. There is a stigma in dark romance is totally misunderstood by those who don't read it or get it.
Yep. Exactly.
True.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. You're gonna like the next one.
Oh, there's another one. Oh, wait, hold on.
There's several.
Mrs. Burns has one. I usually can defend why I like dark romance books. This book, Stolen, kind of was as bad as people like to say dark romance. The romance just wasn't there. Okay,
True.
Mrs. Burns, did you end up, you said you DNF'd it. So where did you end up in it? We realized I was the big loser making it to chapter 26. Everybody else was out before then.
Yeah. Yep.
Jessica, chapter 2.
Well, and then we were talking about it, and I was like, I'm DNFing it. I don't care. And you're like, well, maybe I'll read a little bit more. And I'm like, why are you torturing yourself? Why? Don't do it. So
I thought you made it further.
No.
Okay. Another agree.
Okay.
All
right. The next one.
Another bookish hot take.
Another bookish hot take. Third act breakups are just lazy writing.
Oh, I disagree.
I kind of agree. Or disagree. Like, I'm kind of in the middle, because sometimes it makes sense, especially if that person needs to like go work on their mental health or whatever. Like the old school third act breakups, when it was like a thing that everybody did, then yeah, that kind of feels like it. I think it depends on the book. So I don't know that I agree with it 100%. I don't know that I disagree with it. It depends on the book.
I disagree with it.
I don't like it.
I do. I completely disagree with it. That being said, I do think that sometimes third act breakups don't work in a book, and they bother me. But I think that's a book by book basis. It would be like saying having, I don't know. For example, this was like a nanny MC captive romance that we just read. And so it did not work in this, but we've read other books where captive works very well. Yeah. So I disagree that the third act breakup is bad writing, because there's sometimes where it's very understandable when it happens.
Yeah. I think it's lazy writing though, when an author uses that as their format, and it happens in every single one of their books, because there are some authors out there that do that.
Megan and I disagree with you. Okay, tell us the authors.
Well, wasn't Penelope Ward one of them back in the day? Was it Penelope Ward? These are her old ones, not her current ones, her old ones. There was a lot of them back when I first started reading. Everybody had a third act breakup, and it sucked.
Yeah. Anne Marie says she's in the middle as well. It depends on what's going on in the book. I honestly like when there isn't a third act breakup.
Yeah, same.
If they get together and everything is all rainbows, I'm bored. I need some kind of conflict or drama to keep me engaged. Once they're happy, I'm out.
I agree with that in certain spots for certain books for sure. Yeah, depends on the book.
Irene says it depends on the book. So pretty. I'm not sure what. It's probably your hair again. Don't like insta love.
No.
That's not, you do too.
I do not. It only works in certain books. I do not like insta love.
In some of your books, you do like insta love.
Name one.
BJ has some insta love books.
I call them insta love. They're insta banging.
I mean, pretty much the whole Daddy series is that way.
That is insta obsession. That's what that is.
It's overused, but sometimes it's necessary. I do tend to enjoy when the third act isn't about them.
Mm-hmm.
Only if the third act breakup makes sense. I get really frustrated when it follows a predictable formula. But then that kind of goes back to like the whole author's writing and not necessarily the third act breakup. It's okay that you're late. Welcome. We're excited to have you. Insta love works in some paranormal books, but not always.
Yep. Typically, it's the whole like I just
insta love.
May Alders works though for sure. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it just depends on the book, I think, because a lot of like she's my fated mate works, right? Like it just makes sense. So, yeah.
Well, I think it's like anything. Some authors can do certain things really, really well, and then we don't like it in other books. Yeah. But also maybe if you just sat and read that same author, all their books back to back, you might start to be like, I'm getting tired of this. But when you mix them in, you like enjoy them.
Yep. Okay. Enemies to lovers is usually mild annoyance to lovers.
I would agree. Sometimes that is true. And it doesn't always feel like they're really enemies. Like somebody just doesn't like somebody. And so then it's sometimes labeled enemies to lovers. I like a true enemies to lovers, but sometimes I prefer actually what I've realized is more like the rival to lovers. So like in Overtake by S.J. Silvis, they're on rival race teams and he comes to work for their team. And they were like enemies because they were rivals.
Yeah.
And now they're having to work together. I loved that. But a lot of times it's just like somebody doesn't like somebody, so it doesn't really feel enemies.
Yeah. Well, a lot of times, because I like a lot of revenge ones, he hates her or whatever, but she just wants to be free. She don't give a crap. And so normally it feels one-sided.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, I like it when it's true enemies to lovers. Elizabeth O'Rourke has the one summer book. I can't remember. I think it's number 4 in the summer series where she works for this building, like a developer, and comes to town and he's like fighting the developer. So they have like a true reason to not like each other. They're like on opposite sides of that. So like that's the contention that I want from an enemies to lovers. When it's just like, oh, he was such a jerk in high school, I don't like him, or whatever, like that. And then the other person, sometimes a lot of times it will be called enemies to lovers, and the other person has no idea that the person doesn't like them. And I'm like, how does that?
I think authors just know that enemies to lovers sells, just like the one bed trope and whatever. And so then they market it as that.
Okay. Megan says so true. I'm not sure if she's talking about our conversation with the enemies to lovers or, well, because she commented right after the Insta Love and Paranormal. So she might have been talking about that.
Okay.
Because see, we're back. I'm back a little ways on the comments. Insta Love with fated mates and Omegaverse can be done well.
Yeah.
Everything is labeled that without really being enemies. Do they try to kill you? Then you are not enemies unless you're plotting their death and ruin.
I so agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I might prefer rivals then. Because a lot of times they're not plotting each other's like death, but they're plotting against each other. Like in the book I was giving an example with Elizabeth. Would this month's book be enemies to lovers? See, I guess so. But no, they didn't even know each other. So, and then he kidnaps her. So I don't think I would label that.
I don't know. I don't remember enough of it to even say.
I don't know. What do you think, Mrs. Burns? Yeah, sometimes some authors are just using enemies to lovers trope to get hype on the book, and it isn't really.
Mm-hmm.
Ironically, we're talking about this, Jessica, and tomorrow's video is going to be enemies to lovers, which we are recording after this, so hopefully it's not a mess. And now I need to go back and make sure I have true
Look,
enemies to
I
lovers.
flagged these last weekend. I am not changing my mind. They are what they are.
I know.
It is what it is.
We were going to record it last week, and I don't remember. We ended up just being overrun.
Yeah.
Well, okay, this is about developers, and she doesn't want him tearing down her family's hotel.
Don't double think it. Don't overthink it. Just leave your flags alone.
Well, I'm getting worried. Enemies is usually mostly annoyance to lovers.
Yep.
Oh crap, I still have my romantic suspense marked.
Dang it. Okay.
That one is enemies to lovers. Oh, this one was too. They did not like each other to start. Okay, so for what I can see, I'm good on the enemies to lovers. Okay, I read a book recently that was enemies to lovers, and after I read it, they disliked each other because of a miscommunication that could have been easily cleared up.
A lot of books have that.
Yeah, that bugs me when we're not.
That feels lazy.
Communicating.
Because it's not real life.
Yeah.
Have a conversation with somebody. Come on.
The Irish goodbye can sometimes be very popular in books, and then that miscommunication drives me insane.
Mm-hmm. Should we do one more before we spin the wheel?
Hello, welcome. Tropes, mopes, as long as the alpha is a strong, manly man and jealous, unwilling to share, I'm good.
Yeah, the whole insta love kind of thing. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, you want to do one more before
one more? Okay. Too many spice scenes could ruin the story.
It depends on the author and the story.
I agree with that. I do find if there's a lot, though, I do tend to skip through them because I just don't care, especially if they're doing it with the other whole that is. Ugh. Why does everybody have to include anal? I'm sorry. It's like they have a checklist. Anyhow.
Megan says amen. It depends on the book.
Mm-hmm.
True. If there are too many, I tend to skim through them.
Yep.
I get tired of it and I start to skip them.
Same.
I have to ask this. Who DNF'd this book after the heroine got the prospect beat up?
I didn't get that far.
I DNF'd at chapter 26 and I'm not recalling that, but I did read it like 2 weeks ago and I wasn't enjoying it. So everything kind of went out my head. So I don't remember that. So I don't think I made it that far, but I could have blacked out.
Blacked it all out.
I can't believe I'm agreeing, but yes, there are times when it's not.
Yeah, I think sometimes, again, that's weak writing too.
I will agree that it doesn't work, that in some books it's not okay, but there's some books, like, for example, I don't know why this is on my mind so much tonight, but BJ Alpha's, like, the Mafia Daddy series, it has a lot of spice in it. It's always different and it always feels different and new when she, like, the scenes, and it just drives that forward. If I just sat and that's all I read, I would probably get tired of it and not like it, so I need to be able to read other things as well and kind of mix it up.
Yeah.
Or The Fire. I should have DNF'd, but I read every last page.
I'm sorry.
Exit only, yes.
Exit only, that's right. Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Yep.
Irene did not get that far. I also don't like when the spice scenes are cringeworthy. I DNF books for this reason.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because seriously. Sammy, chill. Jeff walked out of the room, shut the door, and left the dog in here. And
Megan is a trooper.
Mm-hmm.
I'm proud of you, Megan.
Mm-hmm. Took one for the team.
Okay. Yes, but if I know what to expect going in, then I'm prepared for it regarding spice. Yeah, I would agree. So like there's certain authors that you know that there's gonna be heavier on the spice,
Yeah.
usually.
Yeah. I can guarantee
I can
BJ
think
typically
of
is.
though, well, since we were talking about the Lord series, there are some times where I find myself like skimming. I think it was book 2
Hmm.
where there was a lot.
Book 2 was hard to get into at the start, and then because there's a lot there.
Or if the pet names are atrocious.
That too.
It did like CR Jane's world, like the guys always have like funny names for each other, and there's like always that ribbing and like the pet names and all that stuff. I love that.
Yeah.
But I have read some books where the pet names get too repetitive.
Yeah.
Where it's like every page, that's how they're,
Yeah.
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 Megan thought sure someone was going to love it and she needed all the information. Well, did not appear to be this time.
No. Nope. Not at all.
Oh, Miss Burns says this book proved that spice will not save a book.
No, I think the same with like as the one book of Shot Take. I think sometimes that adding spice in, authors think that that's going to sell the book. That they think that that's what we want when that's not what we want. We want plot over spice. But it's also lazy writing. Oh, I don't know what to do here. Let me throw in a sex scene because that's what people want when it's not, it doesn't propel the plot along or the story along or the relationship.
Okay, Rainy Night Bookworm has a bookish hot take. I feel like this can be a bookish hot take. I think books use the back door more than more people do in real life.
I 100% agree, especially when these guys are supposed to have donkey dicks or there's like no prep. Are you kidding me? I don't want to have to wear a diaper the rest of my life. What does my husband call it? Round as a can of corn and twice as long. That's what Jeff says. And I'm sorry, but no.
A can of corn is a random.
That's what he's always said to me. It's round as a can of corn and twice as long. And he's
You know why? Because he's older and like canned vegetables were like the thing in the 80s and early 90s. And now people don't really eat canned vegetables like they did when we were growing up.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, exactly. It's just the same.
Okay. Your Dad Will Do is a good example of a lot of spice, but it works. A good author can do spice and plot. LOL to the
Rainy Night Bookworm.
Yes.
Love that. Yeah, it's true.
And Irene didn't even get the spice with the book before she DNF'd.
I didn't either.
Oh, making people spit their drinks out. Oops. Every time he opened his zipper, I gagged.
Oh, I love it. That's awesome.
Laughing so hard. Oh my gosh. Well,
yep.
I don't think I want to go back and finish the book because I do not need to be gagging.
I don't want to be gagging either.
No.
Oh, why would you finish a book that we hated?
Oh, huge eye rolls to the every time you open the zipper. Yeah, that sounds rough. Oh, Anne Marie also didn't make it to the spice in the book. Well, it sounds like we did not miss out unless we were wanting to gag.
Yes, I agree. Yeah.
Great pick, Jessica.
Sorry.
Way to make book club memorable.
I didn't know. We're always going to talk about this one as like the one that didn't work for anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, do you have the Wheel of Tropes ready?
I do. I made sure it was ready to go.
Look at you. All right, guys. We ready?
Okay.
So,
in case, hopefully everybody saw the announcement since it would have been last week. We did postpone our live. Amber said it was fine to share. I know she shared on her own channel, but she actually had a stroke right like a week and a half before we were supposed to do the live. And she's doing well, but still got some migraines that she's dealing with and some other things. And so she was like, I'm not sure if it's how well I'm gonna do. And so
We were
Jessica
like,
and
yeah.
I were like, nope, we're just gonna postpone. You
Mhm.
worry about yourself, like heal, like don't worry about reading these books. And I was like, this is exciting because now I have 2 months to procrastinate reading everybody else's
Yes,
book
that's
until the
me.
last minute. Yep. So we did
Yeah.
postpone that.
Yes.
But we will have book club in May, but Buddy Read won't be until June. And then also, if you go to our community tab, we do have a Google Doc if you guys want to answer some questions about some book recs. It's just specific ones we're curious if people are interested in. So if you want to fill that out, we'd love for you to do that. And then we have our giveaway going on, which ends next week. I thought it was this week, but it's only been 1 week, so it's next week. All right. Oh, we have a few more things, and then we'll do the trope. Have you guys ever read an MC book where the moms were treated like sweet butts?
The moms of the hero and the heroine, or like the old ladies being treated like sweet butts.
I don't know. Irene says, sounds like she would not have enjoyed those zipper scenes as much as she did the same in Killa.
Killa was so good, wasn't it? Loved that book.
Health is always important. Yes, that's
Yeah.
100%. And
Yeah.
praying for her swift recovery. Thank you.
Mhm.
Yes, we've been praying for her as well. And so she is
Yeah.
doing much better, but let's just take some stress. And she just moved too. So, and then she's been keeping up on her reading and everything, but like, we just
Mhm.
wanted to take something off of her plate for her.
Yeah.
Okay. In this book, the mom was treated awfully.
Oh. I don't know.
For like parents really being in the books that much,
Unless
or if
it's
they
like a
are,
second
they're
kid.
like separate from the MC, and usually the
Because I'm
guys
reading.
have
I'm reading.
like a lot of respect for their
Yeah.
moms. Usually.
I'm reading one right now, and he has his mom. His dad's dead, and the president's dad died a long time. So like his mom is outside of the MC, like he visits her, but she's not a part of the MC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for Killa 2.
It's coming. I read it. Obviously I read it because I beta
I
read it and
think
kept
that
telling
it's
BJ
supposed
to
to
make
be
it
out
darker.
in July because I'm gonna read both of them when the second one comes out. I don't like having a big gap.
Yeah, and I know the gap wasn't gonna be huge. I thought it was June, but I could be wrong. I've already read it. It's worth it.
I had it in my mind it was coming in July, but I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I might be
I could be wrong because I read it in January. So February, January.
Stop bragging.
I get to read all of hers early. So it's a perk. Okay. Roll the die. Oh, when are we gonna do book club?
We talked about it and had a date.
I know. There's a lot going on in May and June, and my brain is hurting.
Oh, we have a quick turnaround.
Yeah, we do.
Because somebody's got to go to the Bahamas.
I go to the Bahamas, and then guys just I go to the Bahamas without Mandy for 8 days, 9 days, 9 days. I come home, and 3 days later, my middle child, who you guys know has had medical issues, is having a complete colon resection on June 1st. And it'll be a week to 2 weeks in the hospital. So yay! I'm so excited.
So we have a fairly quick turnaround on book club. It's going to be May 15th, which is 3 weeks away. So we'll have to try and get our voting wrapped up quickly.
Hopefully the trope is an easy one.
Irene says she's in BJ's Patreon, so she'll get it soon. And then everyone else.
Oh yeah, BJ just started
the wheel. Just spin it.
Just spin the wheel, Mandy. Stop talking.
Trying. Okay.
Okay. What do you got going on? Okay.
Spinning.
We're spinning. What is it? Time travel.
Oh, awesome. Okay. Is it Jonesy? I think that's how that would be. Please don't go anywhere alone, she says.
Oh, I'll be with my husband and my daughter and my sister-in-law. We'll be at the Atlanta. It will be Atlantis. So we're not planning on going anywhere like that.
Yes. And the June book is already chosen. So I'm going to be emailing everyone who did the pre-order before the May date so we can make sure that we pick a June date
Oh,
that
I
works
still gotta fill out
as
my thing for CR Jane.
best for everyone. Okay, time travel. Question. Are we okay doing rereads?
Yes,
Okay.
100%.
Oh, Mrs. Burns wants to know the time travel series you're always recommending.
The Surviving Trace.
Yes, but we
My
can't
power.
actually do that for this because there's no audio.
Yes, there is.
There is?
Yeah. There wasn't when I first read it, so there might not have been when you first read it, but it came out years ago. I when I was working on it last year, I was rereading it over and over and over again. Or you're listening. And it's the guy, it's the same guy. It's Mason Lloyd who does Etienne. And he does, when I first started listening to him, I was like, that's the guy from Ice Planet Barbarians. But he has an amazing accent.
Wait,
Southern accent.
is there audio for like
Georgia Cates?
no, like King of the South?
Yeah.
There is? Okay, what was I thinking of then?
I don't know.
I don't know. Sorry, I was thinking there wasn't audio. Okay, never mind. Okay, so I might be doing a reread. We'll see. Okay, I pre-ordered, so excited. I think you're talking about the CR Jane book for June
Yep.
1.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, what was it?
Something Sparta.
Huh. Well,
Something Sparta.
Surviving Trace. Yes.
Yeah.
Irene says, "Oh my god, that would be a good one. I keep meaning to listen to
Recommend it. And we'll do the first one if it gets chosen. Not all three, just the first.
Okay. There's a lot of good time travel. Okay. I'm removing it from our list so it won't be there next.
Okay.
I feel like we're getting down on our thing, but doing one a month, we're still good to go.
We still got time. Yeah.
Okay. So hopefully maybe I'll put the poll up. I'm going to go put it up right after this before we start recording. So it's up ASAP. But because we only have we're doing a 3-week turnaround, I'm thinking Saturday evening, I'll post like cut off kind of like then, or I guess it would be Sunday morning my time. I'll stick up the poll so we can have a winner maybe Monday.
Mm-hmm.
So
yep.
Mrs. Burns says we need a guaranteed good time after this horrid book.
Yeah, we do.
I've had Ella O'Rourke's Parallel Duet on my TBR forever, so maybe this would be good. So Elizabeth O'Rourke is the author. She wrote that series under Ella O'Rourke. I don't know why.
A long time ago. Yeah, there's audio for that too.
So good.
It was a hard one for me, but that's because of certain things that were in it. It's a good one. It's really good though.
Yes, let's just put those books on and see what everyone votes. I'm trying to think if there's any time travel.
Georgia Cates could go on there.
Yes, I was trying to think if there's any time travel I haven't read that I want to read. That's what I was
thinking. I know it's hard. I think we've read all the really good ones and it's really hard. So hopefully people have some suggestions that are, I don't know.
Yeah. Shadows of Sparta. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, wow. That was rough. I always think of that little clip that you see on the internet where they're interviewing this guy and he's like, he's told me something that I will remember for the rest of my life and never forget. And then he's like, I always think about that.
My life. Yeah.
It was my favorite book ever. Who are the main characters? Like, I feel like I'm thinking like, oh, I know my favorite book characters. Then I was like, Don't Kiss the Bride. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Lucky and
Oh
and then
no,
just sheer panic.
I know
And
Serena
then
Etienne.
I start to spiral really quickly on the fact that I can't remember it, and it just makes it worse.
I'm horrible about remembering names, but I know Serena Etienne, and I know every part of that book. Like that.
Yes.
Oh,
Irene agrees, or Mrs. Burns agrees with Irene that we need, or no, oh, let's just put those books on. That's what we're agreeing with. Never mind.
Yeah.
I got confused. Oh, yes. The
Transcendence by Shea Savage.
yes. Oh, that was good.
Yeah.
I might just reread.
Yeah.
There's some good ones. Yeah, Outlander is.
And maybe they read on the audio sense, but when I listened to the audio, it was like some old woman reading it, and it just didn't. It just didn't work for me. So, yeah, I need to look through some of the time travel that I've read that has audio. So,
I'm trying to think of something that I haven't read that I want to read, and I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
I don't know. Chirp chirp. Okay.
Check that nobody's
Dying.
No, they're fine.
Okay. All right. Well,
they just hatched a few days ago, so they're incubated.
Mhm.
And so they're still at that, like, my son has a weird name for it, but where they'll like be walking and then they're like, oh, I'm so tired. And then they like flop and then they look dead. Well, sometimes they can get stuck on their backs and they need help. So I was just making sure nobody, like, we're still in our funky stage.
Yep. Okay.
All right. Are we done? Should we end?
You got a video to record.
Yeah, you do.
And then I got to edit it.
Yeah, you do. Mm-hmm. All right.
I got a book to finish.
I do too. Oh, we didn't talk about what everybody's reading. We always do that.
I know. Do you want to do it really quick?
Yes. Really quick. Everyone tell us what you're reading. I'm reading The Wrong Catch by C.R. Jane. I am loving it.
Is that the only thing you're reading?
Oh, and I just started listening to Love Overboard by Candy Steiner. Love Overboard, right? That's what it's called.
Sure.
Am I getting that? Yeah, Love Overboard.
So I'm listening to Ship Happens by Lauren Beale. And I've got like less than an hour left in that right now. And then I'm reading The Unpleasant Thing, and it's by Daria T. Rowan. It's a MC. And I'm loving it. It's probably going to be 5 stars.
Ooh, awesome. You're welcome, Jessica. Thanks for joining us. Have a good night, everyone. Time travel will be something different for me. Yeah, I haven't read a time travel in a while, so that'll be exciting. I already did that one. Have a good night. Okay, been a good chat. Thanks, everyone. I just finished Twisted Pawn. Ooh, yeah, that's a good one. Oh, Megan read Savage Ties by Kate Oliver.
Cool.
His Empress by Amelia Rossi.
Hopefully, is that the newest one that just came out? Because I got to read that.
Angie's Gladiator. Duskbound, then Ascend. Ecstasy by KV Rose. Listening to Don't Ever Stop by Marnie Mann. Oh, are you enjoying that? I loved both of those. Yes, the newest one.
Okay, I want to read that.
Dark and Twisted Omegaverse.
Is that the title?
Oh no, Mrs. Burns just typed that.
Yeah.
I just finished Moby by Jessica Kane.
I saw that Fudge Amber just read that. And it's a whale shifter. Uh-huh. And Amber didn't rate it, like, she rated it, I think, like 4.5 stars or 4 stars or something.
I'm listening to, is that Plier by Jane Washington? Yes, Mandy, Don't Ever Stop is so good. Yeah. Oh, I loved it. I listened to it and really enjoyed it a lot. And then I wait. Yeah, Yes a Million Times is first, right? A Million Times Yes was the first one, yeah. And then I liked both of those. And then No, Don't Ever Stop. But I enjoy Marnie Man a lot. Alrighty, are we ready to end?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for being here.
Yep.
And what do you want to tell them, Jessica?
I don't know. This is your job.
Well, I usually say like make sure to check back on Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays.
I
For
know,
new videos
but we
from
can
us,
just say
sometimes Wednesdays.
thanks.
But these are our peeps. Like they
Yeah.
probably already know this.
They
whole
do
story.
know that.
So
So
you
thanks for
usually
joining us for a
Yes.
horrible, horrible book club. No, the book club itself was fun.
Book club
but
was
the book,
wonderful.
The book itself
The
sucked
book
balls.
sucked ducks.
Donkey balls. But we're gonna have a really good one next month. Don't forget that all the books need to have audio when you give us your suggestions. And we'll see you guys at the next book club.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Bye.